Hello, movie lovers. So today I'm going to be reviewing a little short film that's actually is qualified for the Oscars, and that movie is called Night Ride. It shares the story of a woman named Eva. Eva, who is waiting for the train, an unexpected turn of events transforms the ride home into something uncomfortable and potentially violent. So what I like about this film is it starts off in the snow, and you see these two cabins, and then you see Eva. She's walking near these two cabins, and of course it's freezing out, and then all of a sudden she's trying to catch this train, and then you see this train pull up. The Trans Am guy is basically a douchebag. He winds up telling her no, she can't come into the train while he's going to use the bathroom or anything, even though it's freezing below zero temperatures. He's still not allowing this woman to be able to stay warm because he's afraid that she's going to steal his train or whatever she's going to do. He thinks that she's going to do it. But what winds up happening is this. He winds up going to use the bathroom. Of course, Eva winds up going into the train. So my first initial thought was, okay, so she's going to just be staying in the train itself until this guy gets back. No. What she winds up doing is this. She winds up touching the buttons. She doesn't know exactly what button makes the train move or anything like that. She's touching all the bells and whistles of this train, and then she makes the train move. Then she starts sitting down where the Trans Am guy is supposed to be operating this train, and then as the train is leaving and leaving behind the Trans Am guy is over there waving her down, trying to get her to stop. But then what really winds up happening with this plot, this movie only comes into like 15 minutes because it's a short story, but there's a lot of detail within the first 15 minutes of this movie, and it's the fact that when it's time for her to stop the train, which she doesn't know how to do, these douchebag guys on the train winds up saying, "Oh, she doesn't even know how to operate the train," acting like, and of course she doesn't because of the fact that she's not a train operator or anything like that. But it makes her look like that she's incompetent, and the way that they actually play off that is made me mad because of the fact that number one, I believe these guys actually think that a woman cannot operate the train like a man can. So that was something that came off as to me as if these guys think that a woman cannot operate this train better than a man can because a man can actually operate the train better. But that's how it came off to me. Then you have this other scenario that comes in to place is this. As the passengers are coming in, you see this man who's dressed up like a woman, who's a transgender, and he gets on the train. He looks at Eva, and Eva looks at him. And to be honest with you, she doesn't look at him in like in a judgmental way. She looks at him as a way of looking beautiful on the inside rather than looking on something on the outside. And that's something that I really liked about this is the fact that you're supposed to look into the inside of someone's heart versus being on the outside of things. So that's something that I really liked about this. And then as you get into it even deeper, this guy winds up hitting on this woman, this transgender woman. And so the woman is actually flirting back with him. "Oh, you like to experiment?" And the guy's, "Yeah, I like to experiment." Then next thing you know it, Eva has to slam on brakes really fast. And of course, the wig winds up falling off. And then, of course, that's when the guy goes, "Oh, you've tricked me into making me want to sleep with you," and things like that. Next thing you know, there's a bunch of other gay jokes that they actually say on the train and things like that. That was really nasty towards this transgender woman. And, you know, I felt like this whenever it came down to the context of the conversation between this transgender woman and him. I didn't feel like that this person was fooling him. She winded up saying, "Do you like to experiment?" Which means, "Hey, look, man, I'm a guy. You're a straight man, but yet you want to try to experiment with me and try to look and also to experiment with your sexuality." So that's the way it came off to this woman. But to the corner of the guy, "Oh, you fooled me." No, she didn't fool you. Were fooled into your own self, into your own agenda, and not see clearly that this is a transgender woman and you're trying to sleep with her, but yet your ego is too far in the way of that. And therefore, you start criticizing her, you start judging her, everybody else in the train starts making fun of her. And then, of course, you wind up seeing Elba. She winds up telling them, "Hey, look, either you stop doing this or else we're not going to even go anywhere." And of course, this is also taking into effect of Christmas as well. So this is actually people that's on their way home from the holidays, and of course, we wind up finding out because she's trying to play some Christmas music to actually probably settle down the passengers to where they won't concentrate so much on the transgender woman. So that's something that I really feel like that was going on within that card itself. But underneath the context, underneath this movie at all, and everything, is this. I believe that this movie points out of the fact that you're not supposed to be judging somebody based on the outside appearance, but what's on the inside of the appearance. And also, too, with Eva being short and being a little woman, and with the person being transgender, I believe they both wind up helping each other in a sense where basically is like saying, you know what, I'm being made fun of for my shortness because of the fact I'm a woman, and because I'm short and because I'm little, people are going to belittle me. And then just like the transgender woman and everything, people are making fun of her because of the fact of how different she actually is versus how she's being perceived. So that's how I took it. I took it as the fact that these two characters need each other because of the fact that society is so screwed up at making fun of people. And that's the beauty of this film, is the fact that these characters need each other to help each other to where they can find each other and lift each other's spirits versus fighting it basic and having the split where basically people are trying to make fun of them. So that's something that I really liked, was that fact that you actually, these characters need each other to where they can balance each other out because of their differences. So that's something I like. So, anyways, that's going to be it as far as this review goes for Night Ride. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, this is actually going to be qualified for the 95th Academy Awards. I think this movie is a cute little story that you can actually watch, and easy to watch, easy to digest within 15 minutes of it. So go on and check that out if you guys ever get a chance to. And always, until next time, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to comment below. Don't forget to smash that subscribe. And have a great and safe day.